Hi, Dr. David Phelps here with the Freedom Founders Mastermind community. One of the worst numbers in business is the number one. You don't want one of anything. You don't want one key staff member, manager that controls all the insides and inputs and outputs from your business, who has all the passwords and lists. No, you don't want just one person. You don't want one person taking your deposits to the bank and doing the reconciliations. You don't want one primary vendor of a key supply that you utilize in your business. You don't want one key constituent customer who provides an inordinate amount of business for you. The worst number in business is the number one. I'll also tell you the worst number in finance, in your financial freedom, is also the number one. What do I mean by that? In my newest book that I co-wrote with Mr. Dan Kennedy, Own Your Freedom, Sustainable Wealth for a Volatile World, one of the principles, one of the chapters in the book, and this book is a book about principles, is chapter 6. Wealth is what you own, not what you do. Comes back to the principle of the worst number in business or in finance is the number one. We are taught, and we go through school, to climb the ladder in education and licenses and degrees, to gain a skill set, a knowledge base, to be able to provide value in services and or products to the world. That is what we learn to do. And that's great as far as that goes. But relying on ourselves, particularly trading time for dollars, doing the work day after day, whatever it is, even if we enjoy it, hopefully you enjoy it, is very, very vulnerable. Because what if something happens to you? What if something happens to your industry? There's all kinds of upset changes in regulations, economic shifts right now going on, where industries that we were thought were long-term, set, stable, have been totally disrupted. It is a world of disruption today. So you can't just focus on that one primary income stream. It starts you out. It gets you where you want to go. It's your first launch. But owning assets outside of what you do, you're an asset. Yes, you are an asset. As long as you can be productive, you are a primary asset, no doubt about it. But you need to develop, acquire, build, create assets outside of yourself that are not dependent upon you to go up and show up and crank every day to make them produce the income. Make sense? What do I love the most outside of business, which can be one of those if you run a real business, is real estate, alternative investments. Real estate is based on cash flow, that very thing that we want. I don't really care about equity and net worth. Yes, they're important in looking at one's total account balance, but what I really want is the income. Do I have assets? Do I have investment capital that actually is producing a run rate of predictable, sustainable income, cash flow, that I don't have to go show up to do every day? See, that's what gives us freedom. That's what gave me freedom some years ago when I made the tough decision to leave my dental practice where I was, yes, trading time for dollars, and leave to spend time with my daughter, who was fighting for her life after leukemia, epileptic seizures, and a liver transplant, all by the age of 12. Yep, it was a tough decision, but it was also an easy decision because I had enough revenue, passive cash flow, coming from the assets that I had been building up, acquiring through other principles that I teach in the book, so that I got to that point and I could actually pull the plug. And I could have gone back, but you know what? I chose to exert my additional freedoms in life. Didn't go back, and today I love my life more than ever. And the best news is my daughter is also excelling in life. Yeah, she had to catch up, but catch up is okay. She's living her life, and that's the blessing. And I want you to have the same thing in your life. You can't focus on just that one primary number, income stream. You've got to focus on assets. Get the book. It'll teach you exactly what I learned through life, and with my co-author, Dan Kennedy. The principles are there. Now you just have to go take action.